Alright, so it is Sunday. I don't know what day it is. March 16th. I thought my week was over. It's not. Headed to Middlebury to Coachman to grab a trailer. So this one's going to Sheboygan. It's the same exact trailer, I'm pretty sure, that I picked up on Friday. Big one, I think 38 foot 2 inches was what it was. A little over 9,200 pounds, like 92,600 or 92,16 or something like that. So hopefully this one doesn't have the same issues that I had in the last one, but at least now I have the 7-pin extension cord. I've got an extra battery to power that jack, so it should be good. Kind of just last minute figured I'd ask for a load. I wasn't sure if I was going to get one, because I usually try to ask for one like Friday early if I want one for the weekend, but I just asked for it last night, like 7:30 at night or whatever. I told my dispatcher, said, hey, I know it's late, but do you have anything I can run tomorrow? And he sent me this one, so that was cool. I just decided, well, it was actually kind of my wife's idea, because she knows I like to work, but we had a birthday party to go to today, but I don't think we're gonna make it because everybody's still sick in the house. We don't want to get anybody else sick, so I'm still sick. She's sick. One of my daughters is sick, so might as well work. Sorry. It's like 6:15 in the morning, but just, you know how it is when you're sick. I didn't want to get out of bed, honestly. It's like a head cold though, like stuffy nose, sore throat, stuff like that. Yeah, so like I said, hopefully I don't regret because of this trailer. Hopefully I don't run into issues. Also, they're calling for snow, but I really don't think it's going to stick because the ground has been so warm with the warm weather. At least that's what I keep telling myself. I'm hoping that's the case, because it's supposed to snow, I think, for like 2 or 3 hours, at least like in the Chicagoland area. So it won't be bad if it doesn't stick, probably, but if it starts sticking, that's not going to be fun with this big trailer. But it may stick more to the north if it's a little bit colder there, but I mean, it's been pretty warm all the way up, so I think that ground is just going to be warm. So this load pays $570, so I'll have to, this is going to go on my last week's numbers, so I'll have to redo my weekly numbers. But this puts me over that 2,000 gross. Not by a ton, it's still like, I just didn't have any long loads this week. They've all been pretty short. So I did Sheboygan twice now with this one, which is $570. I did a Madison, which is $560. And then Sterling, Illinois, which is like $460. So it's not a lot of loads. Or it's not a lot of miles, really, is what it comes down to. But it's, I think, just under 2,200 now instead of just under 16. So I'll take that. That's pretty good. Just it is going to be over 40 hours because the load on Friday took so long with the issues I ran into with the trailer. It's like an extra 2 hours, 15 minutes that I normally wouldn't spend there. And then the load I ran on Thursday with the fifth wheel just took longer because I've never ran a fifth wheel before, so I just kind of took my time setting it up and stuff. So I just had a couple loads that took a little extra time this week. Otherwise, it would have been under 40 hours for the week. But it's not too bad. Like I said, I'll redo those numbers so that they're accurate. I'll just make a new video. I'll leave the old one up. So at least that way people can see what like 3 shorter loads would do in a week versus now 4 shorter loads. Middlebury because I didn't fill up on my way back from Sterling. I made it all the way home, which was nice because I filled up the previous day in southern Wisconsin, and I was able to make it deadhead home, deadhead back to Middlebury, do all that stupid running around with the camper, out to Sterling and deadhead back, all in the same tank. But when I got to my house, I was on E basically. So I ran to one of the stations by my house, not my normal one, it was a different one. And it was like quite a bit more expensive. I think it was around $3.60 or $3.50 a gallon. And with my fuel app in southern Wisconsin, I had been getting it for like $2.87-ish, $2.90. So it was quite a bit more. I think even Middlebury with my fuel app was around $3.20 a gallon right now. And then the pump was really slow, so I stopped it at about half. It was a little over half, and I did some running around since then. But so right now I'm at a half tank. Probably be around like 35% fuel when I get to pick up the camper. That likely will not be enough with that size trailer to get me into southern Wisconsin. So I'll probably what I'll do is top off in Middlebury. That'll get me all the way there up to Wisconsin. Then I'll probably top off somewhere in southern Wisconsin, wherever I can get the fuel the cheapest, so that I have fuel for tomorrow, because I should be, as long as there's a load, I should be running tomorrow. But that'll at least get me enough fuel to get to Middlebury again, and probably back into Wisconsin again, depending on what I'm picking up. So yeah, hopefully, sometimes when I'm leaving Coachman, I don't pass my normal fuel stop. I'm not gonna like go out of my way to try to pass it either, so if the best GPS route isn't passing that, then I'll just find fuel somewhere else on the route. I don't want to add 15-20 minutes to save $15 or something. Like, I'll find something else on the way. But that's it for this video for right now. I'll probably do a video hooking it up if I run into any issues. I'm hoping that this one's gonna be different, not gonna give me issues, but we shall see. Alright, I got this Coachman Catalina, same issue again. The power 7-way power cord was too short, so I used my extender. This time it was only like 2 inches too short when I pulled it, instead of like 6 inches too short. Breakaway cable is too short as well. It was longer. I could have got it to reach my carabiner way up underneath there, but it would have pulled it tight, and I was afraid it was going to break it. So this is what I've been doing when they're too short, is locking them to my hitch. I don't know if that's okay. As far as I know, it just can't be at the same spot as the chains. So that's what I've been doing. The wiring was all jacked up again, so I just zip tied it the best I could. It was dragging on the ground there for the solar. The jack wouldn't work off my power on my truck or my little battery, so I had to hook up my big battery for the jack. It's the same trailer I pulled on Friday, but it actually weighs about 200 pounds or 300 pounds less. Same length, so maybe just some different options that this one may not have that the other one did, but I feel like it's sagging my truck more, which is weird. So I'm gonna get these put on. I think there's 3 drains on this trailer, if I remember right. So get the caps put on. I don't see any damage on the trailer at all, which is good. It is wet, so I can't really see if there's like scratches and stuff, but I'm gonna come back. It's like, I thought there was, maybe that's the difference. There's only 2 black tanks on this one. There was 3 on the one on Friday, so that might be the difference why it doesn't weigh the same amount. Everything was locked up. Still has the 3 slides. Should be in good shape. Okay, I got this unit headed to Sheboygan with it. I stopped and got fuel at the fuel station that I normally do, the Speedway right there in Middlebury. The GPS wanted me to take the toll road out of this area, but I was looking at the routes available, and I could go no tolls, save like $23 or something like that. And it only added like 10 or 11 minutes, so I chose to do that. Which not really sure how that's going to work out, because I don't know how it's going to get me to avoid tolls in Chicago area. So it might get me on like 41 North, because every time I go this way, it always, at least at the very minimum, it has me taking the toll going from Illinois to Wisconsin, which is an expensive one. It's probably like $10 or $12 with a trailer. But I guess we'll see. I have to be careful though, because this GPS, the Waze system, it always like auto corrects and tries to send you towards tolls, even when it doesn't make sense. So like even earlier today on the way to Middlebury, I was just checking. There's a few different ways I can go, and I was looking at it, and there was two of the options. The two best options were, they had me going on one. I can't remember what the tolls were, but the second option was like $2 less worth of tolls, 2 minutes quicker, and like 8 miles faster. So I don't know why it wasn't sending me on that one in the first place, because it was faster, less miles, and less tolls. So obviously I clicked that one. Anytime I can save tolls, for sure, miles translates to money as well. 8 miles unloaded is roughly half a gallon of fuel. So overall, and like I said, 2 more minutes, so it's not like I was adding time. I was actually reducing the amount of time that it took to get there just by a couple minutes. But overall, it saved me like probably $4, maybe $5, not going the way that it originally told me to go, and got me there quicker. So I just keep trying to check that. Like I said, I don't know that this is gonna actually do no tolls. I don't know how it would do that. So like I said, the only way I know would be to go through like Chicago and then get on 41 North, but typically that adds a lot more than like 10 minutes. So unless because it's Sunday, it's not going to. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch it. Like I said, it auto corrects a lot, and it won't even tell you. It won't ask you if you want to. So that might be a setting I have to adjust. But I know it like auto corrects me all the time, and I don't even notice it. And then it'll end up taking you on more expensive routes as far as tolls are concerned. This trailer, like I had in the little video there, has a lot of the same issues as the last one. They are the same model, but they're slightly different. This one's about 300 pounds lighter, and I noticed it doesn't have the outdoor kitchen, and it doesn't have one more drainage, so it probably has less tanks, I guess. Holding tanks, either gray or black, I don't know. And I'm guessing between the outdoor kitchen and the extra, or one less tank, that's what's making up the 300-pound difference. But this one does seem to be sagging my truck a little bit more, so I don't know if it just has more tongue weight then. Maybe because the outdoor kitchen and the other tank were in the back, it had some more weight towards the rear, and it wasn't as tongue heavy. I'm not sure. I could be off on the sagging too. I didn't really pay attention as much when hooking up that last trailer, so it could be very well the same. Just felt like it was bringing my truck down a lot more. 7-prong was too short again, but this time, instead of it being like 6 inches too short, it was like 2 inches too short. So I think the security guard there that told me that it's my truck, I think that just shows that there's and he said that they cut them all to the same length. I mean, that shows the variance right there. Like, it's the same model, and they're both short, but one's only 2 inches short, one was like 6 inches short. So had that extender. The breakaway cable was still too short. It was longer than the one on Friday, and I could have got it to work with my carabiner up underneath the truck, but I think it would have pulled it off. Like the breakaway cable would have been really tight, so I didn't want to have that happen. So I've just been locking it to my hitch. Like I said, I don't know if that's okay or not. As far as I know, it just can't be connected to the same area as the chains, and technically this isn't, so I think I'm okay there. The jack would not power off the truck again. Whatever it is with this one jack, maybe it just takes too much juice, I don't know. But it doesn't retrieve power from the truck. And my little battery, I didn't try it again, but it didn't, on Friday it wouldn't power it, so I didn't want to bother. So I just hooked up the big battery just to power the jack, and then put the small one on for the breakaway cable. Probably should just put the big one on to power the breakaway and the battery and everything, and just leave it connected. But I had to dig out my battery box. It's in the bed of the truck, and get it all set up and strapped on and stuff. This is so much, that little battery from Dan's Hitch is so nice and convenient and light. You just set it on there, it hooks onto the tongue, strap it down. I love that little battery. I'm probably going to buy another one. I think mine's probably about toast. I probably used it to power too many jacks, but it still has juice, so it'll work for the breakaway. I might be able to just charge it up and get some more voltage to it, but I'll probably try that first. But the guy, when I talked to the sales guy there at Dan's Hitch, he was saying that a lot of guys just replace it like every 6 months. I'm on about 4 months now, so but I've done so many loads. That battery's paid for itself multiple times over. I think it's only like $70 there. So it did snow, I guess, kind of up near like the Wisconsin-Illinois border. I know for sure that area got a dusting. West of there, like, if you're familiar with the area around like the Crystal Lake area, I saw someone posted they got like 3.5 inches of snow, and it was still snowing. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be driving into. We'll see. I was surprised to see it was sticking because it's been so warm the last couple days. So I'm guessing it must have came down pretty heavy for it to stick. Although if it stops soon, it may just melt before I even get there, because the ground has got to be warm. But we'll see. I've got a few hours before I'm kind of in that area, so probably 2 to 3 hours before I'm really in the area that I saw got some snow. I'm not going to be over in the western part where I saw people got 3.5 inches of snow, but one of my buddies lives right up by the Wisconsin-Illinois border, and he sent me a picture showing it was a dusting. So I'm not sure what to expect north of there into Wisconsin, but we'll see. I should be getting up to Sheboygan about 1:30. Be a night drop technically, because no one's working there on Sunday, so I'll have to get myself into the gates and everything and get it unhooked, but it should go pretty quickly, and then basically be home by like 4 o'clock probably. Left my house I think about 6 a.m. So about 10 hours, $570 for this run. We'll see how that changes possibly. Usually when I'm pulling these campers, the time only goes up, doesn't really go down. Because I'm keeping my speed at a maximum of 70. Speed limit in Wisconsin for the most part is 70. So usually I end up losing some time. That's why I think it had me there right at 1, but then I stopped for fuel. So I was figuring about 1:30. I did notice a little bit, like, it's not a ding, but on the front diamond plate on the camper, I didn't notice it at first, but I noticed it now when I was filling up gas, or diesel I should say. It had sucked in a little bit where they bolted it to the camper. So I took a picture of it. Not sure. I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's just sucked in from the bolt, but I just want to take a picture and cover myself just in case. I can't imagine anybody would bring that back on us, but you just never know. So a lot of transporters out today. Seems real busy. It took me a little bit longer to get this one hooked up just because it was in a lot that I've never picked up from, so I thought I knew where I was going, and it wasn't that lot. So then luckily, if you have like a GPS, or at least for Waze, you can type in a plant number at Coachman, because they have all the different plants and they usually have lots right next to them. So this one was like lot 10 or plant 310 or whatever. So I went to where I thought I was supposed to go, where I got the one on Friday. That lot was all locked up and gated, so I'm like, well, obviously, you know, the security guard wouldn't send me here and not come with me to unlock it. So I just typed in plant 310 at Coachman, and it was like a few buildings down, and the lot was open. It was a pavement lot, which was nice because I'm used to hooking up in the mud there. But it was nice. It was paved. I found the camper fairly easily. Got it all hooked up. Went pretty good. So, like I said, I did have to mess with the extra battery and the extender and the extra lock to get the breakaway cable. So it added a little bit of time. And like I said, I didn't find it right away because I went to the wrong lot. But we're on the road, so should be doing pretty decent. That's about it for right now. This might actually end up being the end of the video. Just depends on if anything happens. If it's snowing or something, I might do some more, or maybe I'll do one at the drop, but we'll see. Alright, I brought that unit up to Sheboygan. Worked out really nicely because they must have been doing something. I mean, the sign said they were open. They're not open on Sunday, and I checked their hours online, and it still showed that they're closed on Sundays. So I didn't bother going in to see if anybody wanted to inspect it. I did see cars out there. I saw people in the building, but I just did the night drop because I figured even if for some reason they were open, they're not going to have the service department there and stuff like that. So I just went ahead with the night drop, which saved me some time. But it was nice because I didn't have to unlock the gates, open them up, nothing like that. It was all open for me. Saved me some time. Headed back home. Should be home about 4 o'clock, so not too bad. So 10 hours. I took my time getting up there. That, for whatever reason, even though I towed that same trailer on Friday, Friday I was dealing with a lot of wind. That was when I think we were up to like 39-mile-an-hour winds. So obviously I was feeling that. It wasn't a fun tow, but today there's not really high winds, maybe like 20 mile an hour. This thing did not tow nicely. And I don't know if maybe I just didn't notice it Friday because of the extreme weather we had. But today I just felt like I was getting pushed all over the road with that thing. It is a big trailer. It was, a little over 38 feet long and 9,000 pounds, but I don't know why. It felt worse than Friday. Now this one today was actually about 300 pounds lighter than the one on Friday. So, like I said, I don't know what went into it, but I felt like it was pushing me a lot. But we got it up there. I was still able to run 70 most of the time, and we did deal with some snow coming through. It started right around Chicago, and it snowed probably for about 2 hours. It's done now. There's more snow to the south. Like right now, I'm still, just shy of Sheboygan. I just left a little bit ago. They didn't get much up here, but right around the border of Illinois, Wisconsin, probably got about 3 inches. So got a little bit icy on the road for a little bit, but now it's good again. So I'm hoping coming back through. I don't think it's gonna still be snowing, but yeah, we'll see. But yeah, I got that one done. Helped me out for the week. I do have a load tomorrow, so I filled up in Middlebury. I've got a third of a tank left right now, a little bit over a third. I'm gonna hit the fuel stop in southern Wisconsin that I usually go to. It's a quick trip, just like north of Racine area. They've got the cheapest fuel at $2.81 with my fuel card. So I paid, I think, $3.08 in Middlebury. I could make it back to Middlebury tomorrow, but I might as well save the 25 cents a gallon and fill up today. Just makes sense. I don't have a rush to get home. I mean, I'd like to get home, but taking an extra 15 minutes to save some money on fuel, I think I'll do that. I don't know where I'm going yet tomorrow. So, but I messaged my dispatcher. He said he's got a load for me. So, I gotta start a little bit later tomorrow because my wife has an early day. So I gotta drive my one daughter